Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of RJ's Lives. Actually, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are. We're glad that you're here. As you see, we have Harold from HT's EDC and Jonathan from Pen and Pen Blades today. And hey, Jesse McJames, somebody got a radio on?
What is that? Oh,
I
I guess.
Hey, Jesse McJames, somebody got a radio?
No, let's.
We got some feedback.
Yeah,
I think
sorry,
so.
that was me.
Oh, okay.
Is it good now?
Yeah, we should be good now.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Jesse McJames, I see you're here. We got where is everyone? That's right what we're going to get to, Jesse. As you see, we have kind of a smaller panel today. Hey, RDS wood turning and acrylic. We were just talking about you. We're going to talk about you some more. But everybody, Addicted to Blades 2 is here. Yes, Jesse does know where Tom is. I saw the thumbnail for that. I haven't got a chance to watch that. But Tom is traveling back to Iowa. Andrew is working today. And then Kalen, he had another an event that he had to go to. So he's not in pocket today. So it's just us. Unless you want to jump in, Jesse, let me know. If any of you channels want to jump in and participate, I could send you an invite and we could have you on. Who knows?
That's right.
Knives is here. So yeah, we're just hey, Randy's WSG is here. Yeah, do it. So who do I have any volunteers? Do I have somebody I need to send an email to?
Grab your sheepsfoots.
Yep. Grab your sheepsfoots, your ramfoots, your lambsfoots, or your sasquatchfoots, whatever you got to do. That's fine.
That's it.
But before we start, we did see RDS wood turning in the audience. Did you want to go ahead and talk about them, HT? Let me bring you up full screen because I know you have some of his wares to show and tell us about that channel.
All right. Yeah. If you guys have followed my channel, you have definitely seen some of his name is Bobby, Robert, or Bobby. He goes by either one. But he is with RDS Wood Turning and Acrylics. And this young man does some amazing customization work. I have bought some things from Bobby, but he is just unbelievably generous. He has blessed me with several things. And number one, if you've watched my channel any length of time, you have seen this lovely thing. This tumbler he made for me. He knows I'm a deer hunter, so he's kind of got it covered here. He knows I like old timer knives. We have the Knife Brotherhood logo on here. What else? GEC, like I said, old timer. What else we got? Of course, my channel name, Case, and good old HT Red. But this is something that Bobby, some of Bobby's handiwork. And he also makes custom pins for you. I know we got Jonathan on here today. He is a pin guy, but check that out. Has my channel name. He knows that I like the occasional stogie, and I know this camera is not going to do it justice, but folks, it even has like the grains of the tobacco leaf in here. This thing, the detail in these are crazy. Another one he made me, he calls this the bullet pin, and I am just going all over my logo, but it has my logo on it, has this cool, if I can stay in view, has this cool rifle on here. Obviously he calls it a bullet pin, has like a cartridge thing going on here for a bullet. And of course you bolt the pin is how you actuate this pin. But folks, and also good old HT Red, but this is, he can do this for any kind of thing. He can put your company logo on this, your channel name, you can make it for a cigar, like I say, a knife brand, your favorite brand. But the guy is just crazy talented. and crazy gracious. We've made friends, and we do a lot of talking online, but Bobby is just a good guy. He's now got a YouTube channel out, and he also is a knife guy. He has some nice knives too. So still waiting on you, Bobby, to jump on there and show some of those pocket knives of yours. But good guy, really good guy, and somebody I think we should get behind and definitely support in the community.
I agree. That's awesome. All right. Bluminati Ninja. Hey, Andrew, he's there. Anyways, Bluminati Ninja gifted a membership to RJ's regiment. I don't know who won. Usually Tom takes care of all of that. Hey, Byron, glad to see you're here too. So I'm not sure who won that membership, but if you did, be sure to send me an email at rjsknives@gmail.com, and I will send you some channel stickers, and you'll be entered into the April regiment giveaway. So that will be that'll be fun. It always is. All right. So Jonathan actually suggested this topic today about sheepsfoot and stuff. Hey, Dave, glad to see you're here. So I wanted to go ahead and start with you. I thought maybe you'd have something that was cool or interesting to show us in that space. So I'll bring you up here and we'll let you kick off the topic for today.
Okay. So the first one here I've got is oh, hey, Jesse.
Topic for today.
What's up?
What's going on, brother?
Hey.
All right. So Jesse's in here with us. So let me go ahead and bring you back up, Jonathan, and we'll get right back to you, Jesse.
All right.
All right. The first one I have here is the Rough Rider. And I always get the name of this. It's like blue black or something.
How about black and blue?
Maybe black. Yeah, that might be it. It's got this really nice saw cut blue jigs and the giant sheepsfoot blade on it.
Look at that mirror polish.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, this thing is. It's also it's a fingerprint magnet. You also have the secondary. You have the worn clip blade on it. It's a nice small worn clip. It does kind of. The sheepsfoot blade is kind of creates a hot spot when you're using that second blade, though. So, but yeah.
All right. A good looking knife.
All right, let me bring it down. There you go. So what's going on, Jesse? You hanging out with Tom and Big J, having all the fun this morning? What's going on with that? Oh no, he froze up.
Oh no,
it's too cold there in the north.
There he is.
Who did?
You froze up there for a second.
Did I freeze up?
You did. You froze up again.
All right.
Technical difficulties.
It happens,
Yep.
Right.
So what's going on,
Somewhat.
brother? Wow, that was some crazy catch up.
I'm here.
Okay. All right. So what's going on? What's the lowdown with you and Tom and Big J? Give us. Oh, there, and he's gone. All right. Well, he'll come back. I'm pretty sure.
Show us a knife, RJ.
Well,
Save us.
let me save the show real
Save
quick.
us.
All right. I'll show you probably my favorite sheepsfoot would have to be on the 75 pattern case Stockman. As you can see, this one's well and used with a lot of tape gunk because this is just the perfect box opener blade for me. I just use the heck out of it at work, and the fact that this one is carbon steel just makes it that much better. But it looks like Jesse is back. Let's bring him in, and there we go. All right, let's see. Are we better now?
No.
Not really. Okay. Well,
Wow.
Jesse may or may not be joining us. There he is. He's moving a little bit. There he is. Something's going on. I don't know what, but
I'm trying. I'm gonna actually move around here.
okay.
Bear with us, folks.
We're gonna do this differently.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Did you have something to show HT while he's getting set up?
Sure.
All right.
Well, I know this is a favorite of my buddy over at 865, Brother Aaron. This one's for you, buddy. This is the old GEC 47, the Viper. And I believe they call this, what do they call it? Plum jig bone, something like that. But one of my favorite Warncliffs, super pointy. These things are great draw cutters and for detail work. And of course, everybody knows GEC quality. But yeah, this is one of my favorites right here. So I know we were on Sheepsfoot, and I went to a Warncliffe. So
I know. I was gonna ask if that's allowed. I guess I can allow it.
I do have some Sheepsfoot here, but this is the first one I grab. I guarantee the next one will be a Sheepsfoot, guys. But this is a Warncliffe.
It's actually, one of those things that they are very close as far as form. Yeah, modified. That's what Kaylin says. It's modified. It's a modified Sheepsfoot.
A modified Sheepsfoot, but no,
we'll allow it.
But one of my favorites right here in the family, I guess, in the Sheepsfoot first cousin, kissing cousin of the Sheepsfoot, but the 47 Viper from GC.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Is that with the Warncliffe, it's just kind of drawn out more, where the Sheepsfoot has more of an abrupt fall off that cliff, where the Warncliffe's kind of more tapered down to that. But it is. It's a wonderful. If
you want to see the two real quick, you see the difference there.
Let's go ahead and bring them up. There you go.
We have the good old Sheepsfoot up top here, and this is the first cousin down here, the Warncliffe. But as you can see, the Sheepsfoot just makes a more abrupt turn. Like a lot of people call this a rope knife or what have you, but it makes a very strong downturn on the tip of the blade. Whereas the Warncliffe, like RJ says, it's drawn out more and goes more to a pointy tip. But definitely first cousins, kissing cousins of the Sheepsfoot is the Warncliffe.
Yeah, I agree. Well, congratulations, Angelo. He just won $4 in the Texas Powerball. Nice. That's more than I won because I didn't play. So it's fine, Kaylin. You'll make it next week. Don't worry about a thing. We got Jesse with his wall of axes. We gotta talk about that. So tell us all about it.
You just can't see all.
Wow.
But yeah, I've got a few behind me. I've got
just
about
a couple
150 in the house right now. Yeah.
Is that all?
Yeah. More than I'll ever use, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Hey, I had a question about the QSP swordfish because I had a comment from that video. It just happened just the other day. A viewer was asking, I don't know if he's watching or not, but a viewer was asking if there was any blade play in that. And you've been using it. You've been having it. I was thinking it was solid when I had it. And so he was thinking, I told him, try tightening up the pivot.
This thing is just phenomenal. Am I froze up?
No, you're a little bit. You're back.
Anyway,
go ahead.
So yeah, there's no blade play in this thing. Absolutely none whatsoever. This has just been a phenomenal knife. Like, this is something I try to carry. You know, it's in my regular rotation, and I usually got it in my my pocket. Well, now I've got an EDC wallet that I can slip things into for often. But yeah, it doesn't have any blade play or anything.
Yeah, good. I missed that knife. I'm gonna have to go buy one now. I'm glad you want it though. But I miss it. when that video came back up with that comment and it shows you the thumbnail and stuff, and I was like, oh man, that hurts. But but that was one of those good things that when you're in the Apex pass around group, they do provide knives that we get to review from manufacturers, and sometimes at the end they're like, okay, we want manufacturer says do a giveaway or whatever, so we do a giveaway, even though you may want to keep it or whatever, you just do a giveaway with it and call it good. Right. But I'm glad it went to you. I'm glad it went to somebody that really appreciates it and carries it and loves it and uses it like it's supposed to be used and everything else.
Sure.
Yeah, this one's absolutely top of my rotation as far as a modern folder goes.
Yeah. Yes, Big J says Mick James is on the live. Yes, he is. And we got room for you too, Big J. If you want to come on, let me know. Okay. Let's see who is next. I don't know where we were. We were talking about the swordfish and stuff. We kind of got off topic, but that's okay. We can do whatever we want.
Wharncliffe.
It is. Go ahead and show that knife off again. I'm going to bring you up full screen because that is just that is such a nice knife.
I can do that. All right. So yeah, this is the one I won from your membership channel. Just a phenomenal piece. It's 14C 28N. Big old Wharncliffe. Nice wire pocket clip. Got the, I believe that's canvas micarta or burlap micarta.
Burlap
butt
micarta.
Lock. I think it is too. And then I had Big J had SD Leatherworks send me a piece of leather, and I put a big skull bead on it. But yeah, this is one that just stays in my rotation regularly because it is such a really good knife, and I enjoy carrying it. Feels good in the hand. It's not overly heavy for as big as it is, and it's really just a phenomenal blade. Holds a good edge. When I need to touch it up, it's pretty easy to touch up. So I really have absolutely zero complaints about it. And this, like I said, it's become a regular in my rotation.
Nice. Very cool.
I also have its little brother.
Oh, really? Let's talk about that.
All right.
Go ahead and show that off. Let's see it.
So this is a QSP Penguin in D2 that I got from Thrifty Kniffy from the Discord. He posted it up on the Discord. I haven't put a lanyard on it yet or a lanyard bead, but I'm going to. Big differences. This one's D2 steel. Obviously, it's smaller and it's a liner lock. Yeah. But you still get the same great. I mean, QSP is made in China, but I'm going to tell you, this is. There are a few of those Chinese knife makers that are just absolutely knocking it out of the park, and QSP is absolutely one of them. And this is another one that's been making it. This one has, I believe it's carbon fiber scales, but I mean, they feel really good in the hand, nice and grippy. They're not too slick. Obviously, the micarta is a little bit grippier, but this one's definitely right up there with it. And like I said, same company, and they just, just basically it's a smaller version of it.
Yeah.
But just a phenomenal knife.
Yeah, I got to tell you, QSP, there's not one of their knives that I've handled, and I've handled, a good handful of them. The fit and finish, the quality that you're getting, the action that you're getting on there, and even their OEM work that they do for other companies, like they make the Finch knives and all this other stuff. They're just about perfect. They really are.
Traditional pocket knives uses them too, RJ. remember on that Lake Champlain Barlow I showed on here. I know that The Risner, they use a lot. They use QSP for a lot of their in-house stuff, and some of that stuff is flawless. Awesome pieces.
That's true. They're really good knives. They really are. So yeah, no problem with those at all. That's fantastic. And Randy's WSG says that everyone that he's owned has been great. All one of them.
He's got the hedgehog, and I want to test out that hedgehog because
I've handled that. That was one that came through the pass around group, and I'll tell you, it's pretty nice. I like it. I thought it was a really good knife. So, okay, on to I guess some different things. We've seen one of the Sheepsfoot, but for those that aren't familiar, this is a Ramsfoot where the tang area is smaller and it comes out to a much broader knife. This is or blade rather, and this is from Watchman. This is their rope knife or their sailor's knife. It's got the anchor on it. Has a nice little lanyard bail on it. So it's really cool. And then a Lambsfoot is exactly the opposite. This is the Gerber straight lace, but as you see, it's much taller back here, and then it comes down to a smaller end point here. Now this has some belly on it, so it's not completely straight, but it is quite a good and handy blade shape. Let's see. There's a question. There's so many models of the hedgehog. Which one is best? I'm trying to think which one I had. I don't remember what handle material it was in, but I would say just pick the cover material that you like the best, and that would be the way to go. I don't think you're going to make a wrong decision on that. So yeah, you're right. It does need a cool anchor bead for that knife. Mm-hmm. Do you know somebody that might have one in mind? RDS, let me know. Yeah, and Randy says, yeah, get the hedgehog you can afford. Yeah, I think that's correct. So all right. So who would like to go? Who would like to go next? Who has something to show?
You got one queued up, Jonathan? Or I can go. All right.
Yep. So RJ showed his case large Stockman. I don't have a case, but I have this Rough Rider, and it's with that really good big sheepsfoot blade on there. And this thing is a great package opener, great for utility stuff. It's probably my favorite blade on this.
Is that one in carbon or stainless?
This is the carbon one. Yeah, they do have one of the yellow synthetic in stainless steel. It has a different shield on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That classic carbon.
Yes, this is the classic carbon series. They also have the classic carbon 2, which has the black. I don't know if it's G10 or something, but they have 2 carbon series. Yeah, and they also have, there's some like I know there's a half hawk in the denim micarta that is in carbon steel as well. So they've got a few carbon models out there.
That's in T10 carbon, right, Jonathan?
Correct. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I don't know why I cannot get this to patina very well. I don't know if I haven't used it enough. Maybe I should try forcing it patina. What? Excuse me?
Cut steak with it.
That would do it, maybe.
Steak and fruit.
Steak and fruit.
Maybe I should stick it in like an orange or something.
Yeah, I did a forced patina on my T10 canoe. It was the classic carbon 2 series, and I used some apple cider vinegar. And you can, that'll get it really dark. Next time we bring somebody up full screen, I'll see if I can go grab it and I'll show that to you. So yeah, it's just however you want to do it. I think that it came out actually darker than I wanted, but I guess you really have to kind of watch it. The trick with the
fast.
Yeah, the apple cider vinegar, if you get it hot, you want it to be, like heat it up in a microwave or something, and then put your blade in there. But then, yeah, just definitely watch for your.
Check it every 15, 20 minutes.
Big J
Yeah.
said hot meat.
Sorry?
Big J said hot meats.
Yeah.
For sure.
Steak will definitely put more colors in it than it seems like beef, and then pork also gives you some good coloration.
The snozberries, as Mr. Richter would say.
Yep.
There you go. Randy says a nice roast. And James Stork said he used a fresh pineapple and got some interesting colors. I would imagine so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice acidic fruit. RH Blade and Shade is close to 100. Not really. So go check him out. James Alton uses mustard as a patina agent. Swamp Stopper says if he wants patina on something, he uses it in the kitchen and for eating. It doesn't take long to get it going. And then RDS Wood Turning, I think he's around 45 subs. Let's see if we can get him close to 100 by the end of the show. That would be good.
Definitely.
All right. So then who is next? Harold, did you want to go?
Sure. I will.
I'll go grab that canoe while you're doing that.
All right. Well, RJ showed a anchor knife or a sailor's knife. These things are called a million things: sailor's knife, rope knife, or what have you. But this is an old otter messer out of Zollingen, Germany, and we got some good teeners on this guy, carbon steel, obviously, and those are African blackwood covers on this guy. Of course, we have a little brass anchor here as a shield, but yeah, that is a sheepsfoot, or I hear it called the half hawk blade. But yeah, this is an old otter messer, and really nice in hand, very pinchable too. With my arthritic fingers, something that's kind of important to me is a knife that's easily opened. And for you guys that have any kind of hand problems or whatever, I mean, you got all kind of real estate on top of these guys to just go there and simply pinch them open. But these things are excellent cutters. Your draw cuts, any kind of scoring cut, and obviously they're designed for like sailors, for like cutting rope, cutting rigging line on these big vessels and big ships is what the initial application for these guys were. But they are fantastic EDC knives. I put a little lanyard on mine here, but super pinchable. All the good stuff going on here. Carbon steel. Yeah, the Otter Messer anchor knife. Are you back, RJ, or we need to go in them?
I am back.
All right.
It didn't take me long to find it.
Yeah, gotcha.
It was just in the other room, so rather than you guys looking at an empty chair, try to hook you up. All right, so here you go. This is what I mean. This was from the apple cider vinegar, so that'll give you an idea of how dark you can get it to go. So it's actually not bad.
That don't look bad. I like it, RJ. That don't look bad. I like that dark. Pretty cool.
It is really dark. That's for sure. Let me see if
matches your scales, matches your covers well.
Yeah, it does. You can kind of see at the very end there's where it didn't quite get as dark as the rest of the blade did. But yeah, this was using a method where you heat up the apple cider vinegar, and then you cover it with like some saran wrap on top, and then you put the blade down in there. The saran wrap helps to keep everything above where you want it, or below whatever. So it like really got in there.
Gases kind of
right. And it was funny because as the gas came up, it actually started to patina this blade, even as it was folded.
Wow.
So the pen blade did get a little bit darker because it was exposed to the gas from the main blade and stuff.
Chemical reaction.
Yep, absolutely. You know about that.
A little bit.
Probably more than I do. That's for sure. Let's see. Somebody has a 1988 rail splitter. What? Who put that up? Where do I need to go to look at that?
How much? What's the bid?
I have no idea. It's probably more than I can pay. Anytime I see a rail splitter, it seems like they start off reasonable, but then they start to get beyond what I can do. Richter did. Okay, well, we'll have to Instagram $85. Wow. Well, somebody will probably grab before I get off the air. Yeah, not bad at all.
Not at all.
Oh well. Those things happen. You got to be ready when they show up. And I'm not ready at the moment. So you know how it is. All right. So you got something, Jesse?
Sure do. I wanted to kind of follow up on a knife you showed a little bit ago.
Okay.
And that was that Gerber. I have the fullback AO, which is a button lock type knife, but it's also assisted opening, which makes no sense. But it's got that same type of locks it into place, kind of a safety catch. But I also wanted to, because I know that HT had shown a sailor's knife, a rigging knife.
There you go.
And I've got the K-bar one that
Marlin Spike. Froze.
Big time.
don't make any sense.
Oh, there he goes. Now he's back.
Am I back?
You're back.
Sort of.
But you were talking about the K-bar rigging knife.
Did everybody else go away?
Okay. Well. All right.
There's that.
Jonathan till he works out his troubles.
I think I got it.
Okay.
All right. So I have two case Congress knives right here. Both of them have sheepsfoot. One of them is a small. If I can get them in frame here. One of them is a small Congress, and one of them is a medium stock Congress. Excuse me. This one right here was the 2023 vault pattern and the green apple bone. You got that really skinny sheepsfoot blade there. You also have the nice sheepsfoot blade there on the medium stockman. And the kind of neat thing about this is I got two apple colors here. I got the red and the green.
Yeah, that is cool.
You got it covered.
Yeah.
For sure.
Baxter's been showing off a bunch of those green apple bone, and he's about to make me dive off into some of those. Those are looking pretty good, in my opinion.
A green apple convert.
I'm not straying from my red, but those are looking pretty good.
You know, it's good to have a variety of colors, though. You know, and that's part of the fun part of traditional knives is that you do get a lot of colorful knives.
For
you know,
sure.
It's not just your basic black FRN type handles and stuff, which the modern world seems like if it's not a just the steel itself, then it's a black micarta or a black G10 or something like that. So it's really kind of interesting. And
Variety is the spice of life.
Yep. Ryan says his favorite sheepsfoot that he has is his pony stout, which I'm not familiar with that. You guys know what the pony stout is? That's a new one for me. So give us some more info, Ryan. Let us know. We'll take a look at that. All right. Did you have anything else, Harold?
Yeah. Jesse, you back? Is he back and good? I'll give him a shot to get in there, or is he froze again?
I think he's froze again.
Okay. Yeah.
He's having trouble up there with his internet.
Kind of staying in that same frame. This is one of my favorite knives in my collection. This is the old Whaler, Case Whaler. And get up there and kind of see that. We have, now if I turn it over this way, you can read it, Case XX Whaler. And I believe these are oak handles, if I read up on this knife right. But another, got a mirror polish on this guy. This is just stainless steel on this one. But another one of those rigging type knives, obviously Whaler ship knife. But this is actually a 1974, and HT is a 1974 model. So that's this one's kind of cool. When I saw that, I kind of went after this one aggressively to try to acquire that because of the old birth year deal on this. But another cool rigging / rope / sailor's knife. But the Case Whaler, and this, like I said, this is a 1974 mirror polish stainless steel, and I believe that is the oak wood handles on covers on this guy.
Okay, awesome. Oh, MB missed it earlier. We were talking about that, the difference between a Sheepsfoot, a Lambsfoot, and a Wharncliffe. And do you have all three there, Harold? Or
yeah, I have got a Lambsfoot, and we got one of those Sheepsfoot. Yeah, I believe we can do that.
All right, let's get Harold back up here and take a look. So as you can see,
you want to navigate there, RJ?
Sure. So on the Sheepsfoot, it's more, which is in the center, it's a much more attenuated curve, where the Wharncliffe on the bottom has kind of more of a tapered curve down to a point.
Right.
And then on top, he has the Lambsfoot, which is wider or taller at the tang end of the blade, and it narrows down towards the front there. So that's kind of the difference, if that makes sense. I think that's about the best illustration. There you go. The Wharncliffe, the Sheepsfoot, and the
Wharncliffe,
yep,
Sheepsfoot, ENG old Lambsfoot.
Yep. So hopefully that illustrates that pretty good for you.
Right.
And Joseph is here. Hey, Joseph. So are you back, Jesse? I heard you're having big windstorms. Big J said
I think so.
that may be interfering with your internet connection. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of the problem, because it's locking up both on my phone and my computer.
Right. So the link to become a member, LCV Blades, is asking, if you go to the channel RJ's Knives, then you should see on the I think it's the About page. It gives you a link to become a member of the channel. So that's where that is. Also, if you look in the description box of my videos, the first link that I put in there is a link to the membership page. So you should be able to go there. Yep, and Randy just put it up there. Thank you, Randy. So, all right, Dave, you got to go run some errands. You guys be safe out there and enjoy yourself. Have a good afternoon. And thank you, Randy, for putting up that link. And yeah, I have a couple of modern or more modern type knives to show.
There we go.
So one of my favorite Sheepsfoot is the good old Cold Steel Tough Light. I think this is definitely a Sheepsfoot, the ultimate box opener. But this is a fantastic knife. and with the finger choils that are there, I mean, it just fills up your hand. You can grab it, a lot of control, has some serious jimping on the top. So you definitely have a good hold of this knife. It has a really big area for a lanyard. So for sure, if your hand is much bigger, you can tie a lanyard off on there and get a good grip on it. Also, you can have it way back here, so wherever it's more comfortable for you to hold. But a very comfortable knife, a very useful knife, and of course, it is a mid lock on
I
there.
actually really like that.
Oh yeah, they are awesome. They come in a couple different colors. Black was the original one, but I know they have a blue one out there too. And the other one is this one from Rosecraft Blades. This is a little keychain sized knife, but this is the what do they call it? Alawanta or something like that.
Wanta or something. Wanta, yeah.
Right. Some crazy name that they should just call it something easy for us to say. But it's a slip
Sadly,
joint.
I had one of those in my lineup to show.
Is that right? Well, you can still show yours. You probably don't have the electric green lizard, the lizard skin one. I'll have to show
Yes,
this
I do.
to Andrew. Is yours the same one?
Yep.
Yeah, which is awesome. Yeah, so this is a lot of fun. Thank you, Bluminati Ninja just gifted another RJ's membership. So be sure to email me, guys. My email is in the about section of the channel also, and I'll send you out some channel stickers and stuff for being a member, and you will be entered into the monthly knife giveaway, which will put out a members only video here shortly here. If not this week, it'll be the week after, but we'll get that going too. All right. Did you want to show off yours, Jesse, your little Rosecraft?
Sure. Sure.
We'll get them knocked out real quick.
See, I got a lanyard on mine though.
Oh, it's different.
But, yeah, I've got the same little,
Yeah, yours is different.
I've got the same little Awanada, but I also got this one. This is one I've shown before, and I know Dave Singing Toad has shown his on this live before. The Gerber Shark Belly, which is another one of my all-time favorites to carry. It's not quite as heavy duty as, say, the Swordfish or the Penguin, but this one will definitely get a lot of work done as long as you keep it, keep your head about it, and where it will, what its workload is. But then I've also got this cool Rough Rider that Brother Terry sent me, Half Hawk, which is kind of the Sheepsfoot type deal. But it's the coal miner, and it's got two blades on it, real nice half stops, some black bone blades or black bone covers, and then it's got the pin blade on it.
Yeah, those are nice.
I really like that one. It gets a lot. I can get a lot done with it too.
Oh, for sure. All right, Jonathan, you ready?
Yep. So I've got the little brother to your Tough Light, the mini Tough Light here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And this one's
That's right. I forget they come in two sizes.
Yep. Yep. This one's got a little bit more of a Warncliffe blade than a Sheepsfoot, but it's still the same. Like you can get a full grip on this, even though it's such a tiny knife. It's really good. And then I also have. It's kind of funny because Jesse just showed his Half Hawk that was a gift from Terry, and I also have a Half Hawk that was a gift from Terry. This is the Rough Rider tortoise shell, and this one's got kind of more of a Ramsfoot blade than a Sheepsfoot. It looks like, yeah, really nice tortoise shell on that one, and the blade centering on this one. I don't know if you can see that, but fit and finish on this one is really good. Did a good job with that one.
Awesome. All righty, and we're back to you, HT.
All right. We will show another one real quick. Another one of these kind of rope knives, if you will. This is the Half Hawk, and that is in the what do they call that, RJ? The cinnamon stag bone.
That is correct.
I believe that's what they did, what they call this one. But we got another. This is actually, I don't know if it'll come up there, but it says on the tank stamp carbon steel, which obviously I still have a mirror polish on that. So this is this was actually my this knife here was my 2023. I forget who did the open tag, the best and worst. Show your best and worst knife of 2023. And this little guy was actually my worst of 2023. It's a great knife as far as functionality, but folks, and I know it's not going to come through here on camera, but you could almost drive a car through the gaps in the back spring of this thing. It was horrible fit and finish as far as gapping goes. I will try to get it up there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's light shines all the way through on both scales. But folks, yeah, they're like, what are they, RJ? $15, $20 knives.
Yeah,
So,
something like that.
I'm being awful critical for a $15, $20 knife probably, but it is carbon steel. The scale, the covers here, I think they did a pretty good job burning those, to make them look stag-ish.
Right.
Of course, this is stag bone. This is not real stag. This is bone jigged and burnt to look like stag. But a great knife. I mean, has the half stop. Everything about it pinchable, but it just had horrible gapping on it. But a great work knife nevertheless. And
well, I mean, we should kind of talk about that a little bit with our expectations on a Rough Rider knife. I find Rough Riders to be for the most part really good knives.
Yes.
And really, not a problem with them. The good thing about them also is that SMKW stands behind them 100%. So if you ever have a problem with one, you just call them up and they will take care of you.
That's true.
So I mean, and the price you're paying, which is usually, even for expensive ones, you're still looking at probably 98% of the Rough Riders out there are less than $40.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
It gives you a lot of exploration room, to try out, a pattern you've never tried or something that caught your eye, or, you want to see something, because a lot of these other manufacturers, you can find a Stockman from a lot of people, but you can't find a half hawk everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You can find, a lot of different ones, but, it's like, it's hard to find the ones in stock that you may want to try, like say a copperhead or a, even a canoe, because most canoes are very expensive. You can get a reasonable canoe to try out and see if you even like it. Do you want to spend $80 or $90 on a case canoe? You might as well see if the $20 Rough Rider makes you want to throw a case in your pocket, and stuff like that. So you kind of have to balance it out, the good with the bad.
Ergonomics. Ergonomics. Will it work for your hand? You can find out cheaply with a Rough Rider versus, like you said, RJ, $90, $100, before you go and jump into a GEC or something like that. You can try out a pattern and see if it actually fits you ergonomically for $15 and know if you like the pattern.
Yeah, especially if you're making that transition from a more modern knife-centric collection to dipping your toe into the traditionals. Rough Rider is a great way to explore that, see what kind of features you like. Do you like half stops? Do you like stainless versus carbon? Do you like, different aspects of it? But, before you start going out to all kinds of different manufacturers and stuff that are sometimes a lot more expensive. And but the Rough Riders are just a fantastic knife. That's for sure.
Gateway knives.
Absolutely. They will get you in this traditional world faster than you can think of. But I thought I'd show some differences between some case Sheepsfoot. So we saw the 75 Sheepsfoot, and so this is the 47. This is one step down in size from the 75. So you see, it's a longer blade. It's not as tall, but well, it looks longer, I guess, but it's really probably not any longer than the one above it. It just looks skinnier. That's it. And then to keep that into comparison, I don't know if I can hold all three and do it. This is the 44 Sheepsfoot. So this is much more smaller. I think my fingers are probably in the way, so you can't really see the size differences. But let's get these two in here. So here is your size difference in the frames between the 44 and the 47. And then if we bring in the 75, which is much bigger than the 47, so
there's my 47 Stockman.
What's that? Is it yours?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that you let me borrow it. I think I found it on the street outside your house. That's where it was. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think Junior left it there. I think Junior left it there.
All right. So next.
I want to show an interesting one.
I like interesting ones.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's take a look at that.
All right. So this is one I got from Tom. He sent it to me. I had sent my pilot's survival folder knife to him that has the saw blade on it for a cleanup, and sent him a gift, along with it, because he refused money to clean it up. And he sent this back. This is a Bianchi Italian Navy post-war rigging knife that also comes with the can opener, but it's got that cool Warncliffe blade on there. Now, a lot of them came with that Marlin spike, a lot of the British ones, because I have a World War II Australian one, but this one is a post-war Italian version. It got the bail on it and everything, and I thought it was pretty cool. This one stays in my military collection. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see the Tang stamp on it, but it does say Bianchi on there. That's probably not going to come in very clear. But yeah, it's an Italian Navy knife.
That's a cool blade shape.
It is, really. And then I've also got, since Tom's not here, I'm going to show a buck knife.
Somebody had to.
Right. Now this one's actually, this is a different kind of thing for buck right here. Not just the blade shape, but the fact that this one's also in D2, and it's a frame lock. So, I mean, it's a pretty hefty knife I got this on clearance for like $23, I think, but just a very cool knife that got the deep carry pocket clip, tip up carry. So really not a bad pocket knife for buck, just not something you see every day out of them being in D2.
That's for sure.
What's the name of that one, Jesse? I've seen that before. What is?
Oh, I honestly do not remember what the name
Highline?
of it is.
Is that Highline, RJ? Does that sound right? Is it Highline?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the name on it is, but I know it's in D2, and I thought that was pretty cool.
I've kind of been interested about that one. I never pulled the trigger, but it's a cool one.
It is Chinese made, but I mean, like I said, it's D2 steel, and it's got really good action on it, and it's a frame lock with a deep carry pocket clip. So it pretty much checks off about all my major requirements on a modern folder, and I've carried it to work before and not had any problems out of it.
Yeah. How is your work situation going? Better now?
Well, so I got a, and I don't have it out here with me, but I got it's made by Voodoo Tactical, and I'll go grab it here in a second whenever you pull somebody else up on solo, but it's it's called the BDU wallet, and I use it, it's like an EDC pouch, but I use it as a wallet. I don't have it on there right at the moment, but I've always carried a wallet with a chain on it. So I went and got this paracord lanyard, and I put this on it. That way I can put it in my front pocket. I got 2 knives, a flashlight, a pen, and everything I need inside of there, and I've got it attached to me so I don't lose it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yep, that seems cool. All right. Are you ready, Jonathan?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I was going to add one more kind of sheepsfoot-like blade here, the coping blade. And for comparison, here's the case small Congress. You can see how the coping blade has a more abrupt angle to it at the front, where the sheepsfoot is more gradual. Yeah, I just thought I'd add that. And then this is the Boker Congress and the red bone. This one has 2 sheepsfoot blades on it. The 2 on the sides there.
Nice.
Love a good coping blade.
Yep, they're nice. There you go. I got the tree brand on there. And I think on some websites they say this is a made in Germany one, but on some they say it's China. I think it is a Chinese made Boker, but I'm not sure.
If it says Solingen on it, then it's German. If it doesn't say that, it's probably Chinese.
Yeah, there is no Soligen on here, so yeah, this is probably a Chinese Boker. But either way, it's a really good quality.
I was going to say Boker doesn't do a bad knife either way.
No, they're really good. Yeah, I don't think there's no gapping in it. Yeah, it's a really good quality knife.
Yeah, that is good. All right, Harold, did you want to go?
I got a bunch of Warncliffs here, but I do have a Lambsfoot. I got a lot of the first cousins here. I done went through most of my Sheepsfoot that I brought out, but we can show that Lambsfoot. We were talking about those earlier.
Yeah.
This is by Lion Steel, Italy, and this is like we were talking about, the kind of narrower cousin to the Sheepsfoot, Lambsfoot, but has a nice wedge up here. And these are actually in ram's horn covers. But this is definitely a modern traditional. We have screwed construction here. We have titanium bolsters, and I believe the blade steel is like M390. So we got the high edge retention, super steel, if you will, and titanium. We got crowned. The Italians are noted for their crowned spines, and that actually comes out on the blade. The blade is even crowned all the way out to that swedge here on top. But everything is crowned, nice and crowned on the fit and finish. Has half stops, nice and pinchable. But that is a Lambsfoot blade on that. Has the long nail nick there on the show side. But this is made by Lion Steel, Italy, and look at that point on that. And it's got a very acute point. That's another thing about the Lambsfoot. They come down and have a real nice kind of downward tip, but a nice pointy tip on them. But this thing can definitely handle your all your scoring and your draw cut needs, your little intricate work. These are, I believe that's where these blade shapes excel. But the Lion Steel, this is actually called the DOM, D-O-M, Lion Steel DOM. If anybody was interested in picking one of these up or looking for one of these, that's the name of the model, the Lion Steel DOM, and they're made by the Italians, Lion Steel.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it. So did you want to do your giveaway, Jonathan?
Sure, we can.
Okay. Pens and Pen Blades has a very unique giveaway that he wanted to do on the live stream. And I thought it was pretty cool. So what exactly is what are you giving away today?
So we are giving away a 1969 Ford Mustang.
That is awesome. Any did you want to give any details on it as far as colors or anything like that?
It's a black car with some gold trim on it. That's pretty much it.
Sweet. All right. Well, I guess we got about 53 people in the chat. So Jesse, do you want to do a number? We'll give a range. Let's see here. Let me put a start up.
Let me go get a piece of paper.
Okay, we're going to do a range between let's see, 200 to 300. That'll be the range. Then Jesse, we'll let you go ahead and select the number between
All right.
200 and 300.
Okay.
Are you ready? Did you get your number?
I have my number.
All right. So let me do a start, and we'll go with Price is Right's rules, closest to the number without going over, and one guess only. And so we'll go ahead and go from that. And then
Well,
Harold.
Does it come with a full tank of gas, Jonathan?
Well,
I don't think so. No, that's
that
not included.
increases that'll increase the blue book value, so you gotta be careful.
Significantly. I do want to say real quick that I seen a video Harold had done a while back, and I ran across one of the knives that he had shown, and as soon as I saw it, I ended up picking it up. It's not a worn clip or anything, but it's now my current at-home meat cutter or steak cutter when we have steak at home, and that's the old time Schrade old timer Beast.
Oh yeah.
I believe that's the 47 OT. Yeah, 47 OT. And so, yeah, I don't have the sheath for it, but I got it for like $5, and it is made in the USA, and I definitely picked that up. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
The range
was
was 200 to 300, Ginger Fisher. So
is this a real Mustang?
all right. So we got everybody. We're going with. Are we about done there, guys? I think we probably are. Let me go ahead and. Okay, Ginger Fisher guessed. Are we about done?
Haven't seen any more.
I haven't either.
All right, I'll put up a stop. All right, so what is your number, Jesse? What did you come up with?
271, and I saw one person get one number off. So,
Ooh, okay. So,
but I think they went over.
Okay, so
Okay.
we want to. What's the closest to 271 without going over?
Broke Arizona had 272.
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
So it looks like Thrift. Nope, Philip W. so far.
Yeah, see Philip W. with the 266.
I believe that's the closest. Yeah.
All righty. Well, then Philip W. with a 266.
Yeah, congrats. And here's the car.
There you go. We'll put that up in solo layout. There you go.
Oops,
It's kind of a belated April Fool's joke, but but hey, it's got moving parts.
Yeah,
Right.
open the hood.
It's not going to kill you on gas.
No.
You like on gas.
Yeah. Maybe if you can shrink down, you can ride in it.
Very economical.
Very economical.
There you go. But it is a cool car. So yeah, contact Jonathan. What's your what email do you want him to contact?
Was that Philip W. who won?
That was Philip W.
I actually have his address already, so I can just send it to him.
Okay. Well, then there you go. Congratulations, Philip, and you'll be getting that soon.
Guy has some really cool shorts, by the way, Philip. I know. I keep poking him to do a long form video, but he has some cool music choices and some really cool knives he shows on his shorts. So, looking forward to seeing your long form stuff there, buddy.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, the knife doctor just showed up.
Nice. Oh, thanks, Knife Doctor. That is awesome. That is awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me show you some more. I forgot I had my 18 pattern case that was over here too. So we'll show that. So this is the Sheepsfoot that probably more people have. So we'll get the 44 up there. The 44 is smaller than the 18, so you can kind of see the comparison in blades there, and then we'll compare that with the 47. So you can see the 47 is a good size bigger than the 18, and there's the difference in the Sheepsfoot blade on those. So there you go. I apologize for leaving the 18 out of the other round, but it was one of those things of what the heck. We'll show Jesse's Stockman one more time.
Yeah, that's all right. Everybody else has shown their 75s. So
okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah, you can show yours.
My newest one. You already showed the American Workman Series one, which is the one I had.
Yes.
But I did pick this up in a trade from Big J. It's the Brown Micarta 75. So I got a Sheepsfoot on there.
You sure do.
And I also found my wallet that I was telling you about. I do keep this clip on it to put my lanyard on there. But
yeah.
So this is what I've been keeping my knives in, and I keep it in my front pocket. As you can see, I got 2 knives in there right now, which is the Browning Stockman I just got from Randy's WSG. And then I've got the Swiss Tech Verdig in there. And then I've got an Olight flashlight, a titanium pry bar, and my O-Pin in there, along with my ID and cash and everything, and my time card. So I keep that in my front bib pocket at work now. And that's the Voodoo Tactical BDU wallet.
Nice.
So that's how I keep my knives concealed, so they can't say anything about them.
Right.
Sad that I have to do that, but
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things that certain workplaces just don't get it.
Like a slaughterhouse.
Yeah, exactly. Where every third guy has a 10-inch boning knife, but you can't. But you can't have a Stockman because because rules.
Apparently. Okay.
Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. All right, Jonathan, did you have something else you wanted to show?
Yeah, sure. Got the Demco. Demco 80 20.5 with they call it the Shark's Foot because it's a play off of the shark block. And I'm not sure, what would you call this? Because it has kind of an interesting kind of belly to it. What kind of blade would you call that?
It looks definitely. It's a modified Warncliffe.
Yeah. But yeah, it's got the natural G10 handles there. Yeah, really cool knife, one-handed opening. Nice.
Those are great.
Yeah, if you're not careful, you can hurt your finger if you flip this thing enough.
Yeah,
that is a fidget dream. That'll get you ran out of the house with your wife in a minute.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a lot like a bolt action pen.
Those are fantastic knives, though.
Yeah.
Love them.
Yep.
Great moderns.
All right, HT, you ready?
Sure. I'm going to be back to Warncliffe, RJ.
That's fine. I will allow it. I will allow it.
We're going to allow first cousins here today. We have another. Is this? No, I was going to say Lion Steel, but this is another Italian. This is Viper from Italy. They're actually out of the same mother company. It's called MKM, Maniago Knife Makers. Lion Steel, Viper, MKM. There's 4 or 5 of them, Fox knives, that are all under that umbrella. But anyway, this is a Stag Warncliffe. And you guys know you guys know HT is a fan of the stag. Red knives, and if it can't be red, let's do stag. But nice Warncliffe blade on this guy, and has all the goodies. The half stops. It's pitchable. But yeah, and again, this is M390 blade steel. We have titanium, the crown spines, all the Italian flares. This is definitely a modern traditional screwed construction, but they did kind of harken it back by throwing some nice stag covers on this guy, which I don't know if the camera will do that, but they're really knotty and pretty gnarly on here. I love them. But this is the Viper. I think they call this the Viper swayback. You can see the handle here has a little swayback design on it. So that's the name of that, is the Viper swayback, and the good old first cousin of the Sheepsfoot, the Warncliffe here.
Yeah,
I really like that
for
one.
sure. Yeah, that seems to be a very popular pattern, the swayback with a Warncliffe blade. You can find a lot of good examples of that. And a really good one, the Rough Rider work knife. It's a fantastic knife at a fantastic price.
I almost picked that up. Yep, to the show.
Yeah, do yourself a favor and get one, because they are definitely worth having.
Great knives. Fantastic.
Yeah, you really good. Let's see here. That's the reason for the Shark and/or Atlas lock, to get you kicked out during chore time. Okay.
Right.
Very good. All right. Well, let me show you some different sheepsfoot. Now, this is a smaller one. This is on an Anvil knife, which these Anvil was a company that has gone out of business, but I think they were part of the Imperial family of knives way back in the day, with the Hammer brand and a couple of those other ones. You can still find these on eBay. This was my brother-in-law's old Boy Scout knife. So this is a small knife. Here is the 44 for comparison, so you can see that it's smaller than that one. So it's definitely a fifth pocket size.
I think
stock.
I have that same 44.
I'm sorry?
I think I have that same 44.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good one. But yeah, that one's kind of different. Then, because Tom isn't here, here you go. Here's a buck sheepsfoot. It's as you can see, it's kind of smaller here and then bigger. It's almost like a little Ramsfoot there, sheepsfoot.
Little rope knife.
Yeah, this is the 303 Cadet, which is just a fantastic little pocket dropper stockman. So it's definitely a good knife. But then my most unique has to be on this old Western knife from the 90s, and that's the serrated sheepsfoot, which those were, like I said, when I did the video on this was kind of a popular thing in the 90s when Spyderco came out. Then a lot of people decided to add a serrated blade to compete with those. And this has really nice rosewood covers, and definitely a fantastic knife. Of course, Big J is the Western collector for sure. So he's the guy. It was funny when I did the video on this, a viewer left a comment and said that the only other one of these he'd ever seen in his life was his dad's. And I thought that was pretty cool. That his dad had one, but he had never seen another one. Since it's a stockman, let's go through all the blades. Why the heck not? He's got the nice clip point, nice long pull on that, and then of course you get the spay, which this has a pretty decent little spay. And one of the things on this particular knife is it does have a easy open notch for the nail nick. So all your blades stay, relatively nice and in line, especially if you're pulling out the clip. You can see you don't have any blades poking up to make it uncomfortable in your hand at all. So for a multi-bladed knife, definitely nice and keeping, as a useful and ergonomic type knife. So really cool.
Very nice.
Knife Doctor does have an awesome channel, so definitely you guys check it out. So yep, good stuff there. All right, you ready, Jesse?
I sure am. Since you just showed that, I'm gonna piggyback right off of it.
Right on.
With another serrated sheep's foot. This is a Camillus, and Big J also has a master mechanic that has a much longer sheep's foot. I would say it's probably at least a half-inch longer than this one. That's also serrated, but this one's a Camillus. Now, the way we understood it from, and it's a Stockman. The way we understood it from Warthog was, let's see, it was Western, and then Camillus bought them, and instead of just not using all the parts that they had, all the inventory they had, so Big J's like this says Western on the shield, I believe, or it says Camillus on the shield and then Western on the tang stamp of the main blade, or vice versa, one way or the other. And then mine says Camillus on both. I don't know if that'll come up, but he does have a master mechanic that has the same serrated sheep's foot, but his is a lot longer. But I wanted to kind of show my Camillus one like that since you showed yours.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay.
I like it.
I do too. It's one of my other favorites to carry.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Jonathan. Yep. All right.
Since everyone else is showing their Stockmans, I'll show one here. Whoops, wrong blade. Here we go. This is the Rough Rider Buckshot Bone series.
Ooh, nice.
Stockman. It's got the sheepsfoot blade on there. And yeah, I like this one's really nice because you have the buckshot bone, and then I don't know if you can see on the camera, but there's a little red spacer in between the. I don't know if it's showing up.
Oh yeah,
Spacer in between the bolsters, which gives it a nice classy look. Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite jigging patterns out there.
Red is always classy. No argument here.
Yep, red.
I just did a video on a buckshot bone traveling knife. It was the Teardrop Jack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, those buckshot bones are pretty nice.
Yeah,
Yes, they are. Thank you, Blade Walker. Yep. He says you guys are awesome, and he enjoys watching all of us. That's pretty cool. We enjoy you being around here and having a good time with us. Go ahead, Jesse.
Shameless plug. After this show today, I am going to be it's not going to go down today, but it's going to be recorded today. I am doing an episode of MB EDC's Confidential. I'll be on there. He's going to be interviewing me. So whenever that drops, I said I think he said it may drop tomorrow at some point, and he's in the UK, so I don't know what time exactly. But make sure you're subscribed to MB EDC and be looking for that. He did his first episode a while back with Randy's WSG, and I'm going to be the second one.
Nice. That is very cool. Yeah, we'll definitely have to check that out. Okay. So Ginger Fisher said, take stop off of stream. I don't know what that means. Oh, that one. Okay. I didn't even know that was, I didn't know that was there. I was like, what is he talking about? Okay. I must have hit that accidentally.
No, you put it up there for the
giveaway. for the giveaway. I forgot to take it off. Yeah, sorry guys. What can I say? I don't have Tom to help me be in charge. This is what happens when I don't have adult supervision.
Right.
It's a live show. It's a live show.
That's right. Things happen, and yeah, Tyler Gibson says, "I was wondering what the stop on the screen was for." I was like, "What?" Sorry, guys. In all the excitement of the car, my first car giveaway on there, I oh, and Maddie Traction is here. Awesome. Hey, Maddie, it's good to see you as always. I know he watches a lot. He doesn't always comment, but I'm always glad when he's here. You know, he's a great guy too. So check out Mattisfaction's channel as well. Stop talking about knives. What? We never do that. We talk about knives all the time, even when we're not on the live stream. We talk about it, every day, every night. It's just we're always talking about those things.
Wrong channel.
Yep.
Right. We are at that show.
Yep. Mattisfaction is a lurker, and that's okay. We appreciate you being here. As many lurkers as we can get. Elon, we're not even going to talk about that. I don't want to know about what Jesse likes or not. So. If it ain't knives, we ain't talking about it.
Right. Or cars, apparently.
Yeah, or cars. Which you can have an excuse to have a knife if you're working on a car, right? You got to open parts boxes and sometimes adjust the fit of something. So yeah, there you go. All right. So in all this excitement, I don't know where we're at, but I think we're to Harold and his Warncliffe collection.
Yeah.
Where we're at? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I will throw up good old HT Red here. Another Warncliffe.
There you go.
And this is the French Broad Jack. And I think they call this Red Apple Bone. And it is a Rosecraft. Yes, sir. RCB right there. I don't know if that comes in. And then on the other side, if I can get on camera, has Andy Armstrong, his maker's mark on the other side. But this is the French Broad Jack. And this guy kind of reminds me, RJ, of a little bit of a dubbed off toothpick or the sabak pattern, if you will. Not sure exactly what Andy was going for here, but I think it's very cool. But it's very, very comfortable, very comfortable in hand.
Remember,
what do you call that? What do you call that, RJ?
Oh,
to me, it's almost a Lagule pattern.
Yeah,
there you go. A Lagule,
it does remind me of those for sure. I was going to say they had that Queen knife when SMKW put out the saw cut brown bone series of knives, and they had a knife that was similar to that too. So yeah, it's definitely
a chopped off toothpick a little bit. If you extended this little powder horn, this little tail on out here, you would almost have a toothpick, but they chopped it off about midway that little powder horn tail on this thing. So anyway, it is it works. It's very comfortable in hand. Of course, it has all the Rosecraft goodies, the awesome acoustics, the walk and talk, centered, the whole nine that you're beginning to become pretty well accustomed with Rosecraft. Anybody that has these, I have heard very few complaints about this brand. And I know I got their new drop that just hit last week that's on its way in. It was I think they call it the Briar Patch Jack. And actually, that would have been, if it got here in time, RJ, they have a Lambsfoot on. That's the secondary blade on that Briar Patch Jack. You got a clip point as your primary, and I say a primary because both of them are almost really like full length blades, and the secondary blade is a Lambsfoot on there. Yeah, it's a big cigar pattern, but anyway. Didn't get here in time, or that would have actually been a good one for this show today. But this is the French Broad Jack, and in a Warncliffe D2 steel, if I didn't mention, and it's a good one, folks.
if that's a French, I'm going to say it's probably a Legule pattern. That's probably what they modeled it after.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
The Legules were French or are French.
There you go. Yep.
I agree.
Good call, Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse knows. He's our resident expert on Legules, and
I don't know about all that, but I have never owned one, and I want one. I kind of want to get one of those. I think it was you that showed either the Okapi, or the Okapi, because that's kind of the same thing. There's another one too. One of them was made. One of them's made by Cold Steel, and the other one's not. But those are kind of that same pattern profile,
like the Kudu light.
Kudu, that's what it is.
Kudu light, yeah.
So it's similar to that. The Kudu, I think, is much bigger than what Rosecraft has.
Yeah,
that's a big knife.
It is a huge knife.
Yeah.
But that's kind of got, because I believe the Legules have that ring on them too. And I've always had an interest in them, but I've never actually owned one.
I thought they had the isn't that the one with the B lock on the back? You know, it looks like a little
I've seen them with the ring on them. I just don't know if that's actually a lock or not.
Yeah, I mean, if it has the ring, then it will lock into place because it kind of ratchets into one of the little things, and then you pull that ring, it takes it out of the lock.
Okay.
You know, so it does lock it, but it's not like a super strong lock, but it's better than nothing. You know, but they're definitely fun knives. They're cool to collect. It was something that I was glad I was finally able to get my hands on one. You know, that was pretty neat.
Yeah, I want to get one of the ones that are actually made in France, but they're expensive, and I don't know how to operate one.
Right.
RJ, is it the Okapi? Is that the one that has the ring and kind of does like a little ratchet, like a ratchet close on it? Has the ratcheting open and close?
Yes, I can grab that, grab those real quick if you guys want me to. If you guys will talk amongst yourselves for just a second, I will be right back.
All right.
Definitely an interesting knife.
I got another. Well, this one, it's labeled as a Warncliffe, but I don't think it's actually a Warncliffe. The K-Bar Warncliffe flipper, the Jaros,
kind of a modified Sheepsfoot.
That's what I thought, but it's a Jesse Jaros design. I don't know if you'll be able to.
Even has some belly on that too, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, and it's a frame lock. These are on clearance now, but when I bought this like 4 years ago, it was like $75-$80 for Aussate steel. I'm not sure what I was thinking when I bought it, but other than I'm a K-Bar fan. But yeah, it's on ball bearings, ceramic ball bearings.
What kind of blade grind is that, Jesse? Is that hollow or is that a saber, halfway saber?
I don't know. A little bit of both.
Yeah, it's either a half height saber on that, or it might be a little bit of a hollow. Can't tell.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know what. Like I said, they label it as a they call it the K-Bar Jaros Warncliffe flipper, but I've never really considered that a Warncliffe profile blade.
RJ, did you find your own copy?
I did. I was just looking at Elon's comment about the Legule traditionally do not lock the fly, or B is actually just a filing technique on the back spring. Okay, that's interesting to know. I have never handled one, but I did see that on the back spring, and so I thought maybe it was some kind of a lock. But here we go. I got a couple to show. So here we'll start with the Kudu Light. This is from Cold Steel. These are still, I think, right in the $10 to $12 range. They're sometimes on sale as low as $5 or $8, depending on the place. They're an awesome knife. It is just a slip joint, but so you got a big half stop. As you can see, that's the spring that is on the outside, and it snaps into place. But I mean, this is a huge knife. I mean, for comparison, here is a well. Here I might as well get the big boy. Here's a 75 closed, and then here's the blade. So you can see it's a big one. If you have large hands, not a problem, because as you can see, there is a whole lot of handle.
I think it's like 10 inches open, something like that. 9.5, 10 inches.
Yeah, probably. So, like I said, this is just a slip joint, though.
Now, what's the locking mechanism on? There is no locking mechanism on that one?
That is correct. So you just have this back spring, which you can see is there, and that's all that's holding it open. You can see it opens, if you can see that came down there, and then it goes back into place. So that's it. Now you can keep your thumb on top of that spring,
right?
And that'll give you some extra insurance. But yeah, it's a big old blade, and it's definitely something that I don't know. There's just something about them. They're just kind of fun.
And that's the Kudu, right?
That is the Kudu Light, is what they call this one, because Cold Steel calls their ring locking one the Kudu itself.
Okay.
So here is the Okapi. This is made in South Africa, some unknown wood. It has the little moon here, and you usually get the 3 stars. You have the ring going down, and if you can look there, you see that big, huge notch there.
Yeah,
that's what's going to grab in this ratcheting mechanism. You see, it's got a hole.
Action. Yeah,
right. So this is going to mate up with that hole, so you can see it as it goes in. It pops up, and then there is, I don't know if you can see it, but there's that little piece sticking up through the hole.
Right.
So then to release it, then you would basically just pull this ring enough to get that started, and then it just ratchets closed. Now, I have heard some people can loosen these up, and you can learn how to flick them out if you really do it with a lot of force and stuff. But that's okay. I'm not really that interested. It says Okapi on it, and there is a picture of the animal, which the Okapi is an antelope that lives in southeastern Africa. And it's a really interesting looking animal. If you look at a color picture of one, they are really very different in their construction. Let's put it that way.
You're talking about people being able to, flip that open and do it easily. Basically, I'd be more worried about cutting a finger off trying to close it.
Yeah. You gotta, mind the gap, as they say. But then there is another one that's kind of similar to that. Stuart Harvey sent me this. This is a squirrel knife. So this is made by the guys that do the Duke. And so this is, kind of that same kind of a construction, just a folded over piece of metal. And this is a slip joint. And he did a cold blue on the blade. But these are made over in France or Northern Africa. And they are sold in France and then exported to Canada. So this is the Canadian version of the Duke. So as you can see, it doesn't have the same blade, and it doesn't have the same little medicine man or whatever that's on it. So it's really interesting knife, but definitely one that falls into that same category as the other two. So I still have to get a Duke. That's one that's on my list, is to get one of the actual Dukes.
Where did you pick up something like that, RJ? Are those for sale anywhere?
These, as far as I know, are not for sale in America, not for any reason other than I don't think anybody's carrying them. This was a gift from a viewer named Stuart Harvey, and he lives in Canada, and he mailed it down to me. But this is one that definitely is.
I love that spear point.
Oh, yeah, the spear point on this is great.
That is killer.
He cold blued this to it's a carbon steel, so he made it black. So that's another way to patina, is to use the gun bluing, the instant blue stuff. You just have to heat up the metal when you do it. Or
I
before
wish I
you
had one, but you can get those little Japanese knives that are slip joints that are a lot like that, but they have more.
Yeah.
They'd be perfect for today. They have more of the Sheepsfoot or the Warncliffe, not Warncliffe. It's a Sheepsfoot or a Ramsfoot, Lambsfoot blade on it. And then they have the kanji on the one side of it, but they're a lot smaller than that.
Right. That, what is it? The Higuro Kami or something like that.
Called.
Hiro no Kami, yeah, Higu no Kami or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody who knows much more Japanese than me will be able to say it.
Right.
Not my strong suit. Sorry.
I love everything about that squirrel knife. That is speaking my language out there. That was a heck of a gift. That's cool.
It was. I'll send you some pictures of it, Harold, and maybe you can find one online, or I'll look after the show. I'll see if we can find one for sale.
100%. That's cool.
Yeah. So that's just some interesting knives for sure. But yeah, the Okapi is and these were for sale. I got this one off of eBay. They were going for, I think, $14 at the time that I got them. Somebody had bought like a whole bunch of these from South Africa, and it's just, this is basically it's just a carbon steel. It doesn't really say. So they do have some that are stainless and some that are carbon. So I don't know. It's somebody's carbon steel, but I don't know what it is.
What about the cold steel one? Is that one? What's that one?
The cold steel one, I believe this is in that what is it? SK5. Let me see if it says on here. Oh, I'm sorry. This is
5CR, isn't it?
Yeah, 5CR.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these are made in China for them.
Okay.
So. Okay, so here you go. This is a great question for pens. Do you see the question from Elon there, Jonathan?
No, I do not.
Okay, he says he has a question for you. He says, it's nice to see you back on the show. He says, what size nib would you advise for a left-handed person, and which ink? Smudging is a problem for him.
Okay, so there's a few factors. There is the nib size, and there's also ink sizes. So a finer nib is going to put less ink on the paper, so it's going to be less wet. But there's certain inks are wetter than others. So one ink will dry quicker than the other one, and also paper is another thing. Let me see if I know. I think Lamy, the pen company Lamy, has a left-handed pen actually that is made for left-handed. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, they make a specific pen for left-handers. Yeah, here it is. So yeah, they if you can look up either on like Jet Pens or Pen Boutique or some pen website, you can look up the Lamy Safari, and they make a special nib for left-handed writers. So that would be my advice, is to look for one of those.
Yeah, very interesting. Something I hadn't really thought of, having to have a left-handed fountain pen. Yeah, that's something I guess it does make sense, especially with smudging, because as your hand is going across, the other way across the what you're writing.
Yeah. And another thing you could look for is a really quick drying fountain pen ink.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Well, let me go back to some Sheepsfoot. How's that? All right. So we got some different ones. This is from Roper. This is red bone, because I know HT loves the red, and this is the Chaparral. So it's a really cool pen, cool knife. See, you got me all messed up with these pens and stuff. And as you can see, the other blades do stay nested down inside there really well. So definitely makes it an easy knife to work with. That's for sure. Another one that is similar is the Kershaw Brandywine. So this is a really neat knife. I really like that Kershaw got into slip joints, and I know that the Gadsden and the Culpepers are probably a little more popular, but the Brandywine is a really nice stockman. Same thing with the well-nested blades, and it's a very nice knife to work with. And then the last one that I have for this round is this large hammer brand. This is from their Explorer line in the 70s, and it has the forge marks on top, which is kind of an interesting design feature. And this was a knife I found in an antique store. So this was pretty cool.
Okay, I have questions about that.
Okay.
I have a Barlow. Let me see that mark on that one again. On the shield.
Oh, on the shield. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have a Barlow, and I'm going to go grab it here in a second. That I believe because it has those same hammer forge marks on it.
Uh-huh.
But I think it's got that same shield on it. And I'm going to go grab it because I think it says Colonial on the tang stamp.
Okay.
Let me go grab that.
Here we go. We're going to have a knife off right here.
Oh,
Okay, I lied. It says Imperial on it. But it still has
This one does too. This says Imperial on it as well.
Oh, okay.
Because
So
Imperial made the hammer brand, right? So it's the same shield.
yeah, and it's got that same
Does it have the same forging marks? Nice.
yeah.
Yes. So this was a line of knives that they made in 1973 and 1974.
Okay.
So
I mean, even the little pin blade has.
Yes, they had an entire family of these knives. They had small and large stockman. This is the large stockman. So they had a Barlow, they had a fixed blade, they had a trapper, they had all kinds of them. But as far as I know, they just made this just in those 2 years, in 73 and 74. I found an old ad for them. And so, yeah, Imperial made them. Just really interesting kind of knife, that's for sure.
I always thought it was just an Imperial. I never realized that it was their hammer line, and now I know that. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. You got anything else, Jonathan?
Yeah, we got another Congress knife here.
Okay.
This one right here is a Imperial. And if I have the dating correct, this is a 1946 to 1956. Yeah, it's got carbon steel blades, and you can see, I don't know if you can tell, does have a little bit of a patina on it.
that's in fantastic shape.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is. I cleaned it up a few days ago, and there's just a little bit of rust down in the liners, but yeah, it's really great. It's got great snap with it.
What are those handle covers made of?
It's some plastic. I'm not sure.
Okay.
It might be. Yeah, I can't. It might be like a clear plastic with some like paper or something underneath it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can hear the snap on it, and even like the pen blade, it's got a really nice stiff pull to it.
Still has plenty of snap.
Yep, really a lot of snap. Yeah, that one's even better than the Sheepsfoot blade. But yeah, this one is in great condition.
That's a good.
Yeah, I like that one.
Thank you.
All righty. You got some more Warncliffs for us, HT?
Oh yeah, I got a couple more warnings.
Okay.
Everybody knows this guy, the old DLT exclusive Warncliffe, and this is in the green micarta, and nice carbon steel. We got some teeners going there, especially out there at that tip. We have some teeners going on there. Actually, put my channel name on that one. That is something that DLT, that's something they offer for like a small fee, like $9 or something. I think and it's actually, that's actually not an etch too. That is engraved. So, pretty cool.
Nice.
So yeah, micarta, carbon steel, nice long Warncliffe, and this thing is really good in hand. I mean, you guys know I'm the big knife, kind of the big knife guy, and I am on this thing with some coming out the back, nice and comfortable. And I actually carried this knife yesterday. That's what was in my pocket Saturday. Cut up a bunch of cardboard with that, and yeah, got the nice XX diamond shield on these guys. I know several guys, George Adventure, Boston Blades, Tim's School of Fish. A bunch of us have picked these up, and they also come in a clip point. DLT, like I said, it's a DLT exclusive. This is the Warncliffe, but they also offer the green micarta, and I believe it's natural micarta. That's the two micartas, and then they have two different micartas and two different blade shapes, the Warncliffe and the clip point. But that is the Warney.
I'm guilty of being in that club too.
You got one too? Yeah.
One of each.
One of each.
I need to pick up the clip point. I have not got a clip point yet, but I got the Warning.
The clip point in the natural or tan micarta, and then I have the Warncliffe in the green. Yeah. So yeah. What can I say? Hi, my name is RJ. I'm a knife addict.
Exactly.
Yep, exactly. All right. Well, here's my last two, and this is I got these two queen knives, these vintage queen knives. So here's the smaller one, and it has this for its sheepsfoot. But then here is the number 9, which is the larger one, and I really like how they did that. It's almost more like a coping blade in a way, but I like how it comes down at that angle and stuff. It just looks really good. So these are this is that bird's eye maple covers for both of them, and these were made in around 2009, and they both have D2 blades. So the D2 blades steel for both of them, but probably the nicest constructed multi-blade knives that I have. That's for sure.
Very
What
nice.
those were exclusive to where?
Well, I got these off of eBay. And,
oh, really?
Yeah, they were from when Queen Cutlery was still in production. Because Queen Cutlery shut its doors in 2017. So
Queen knife, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, before all those guys left and went to GEC.
Daniel's family took over there for a while, yeah.
Yeah, so this is before the Daniels family took over, but before they shut their doors.
Gotcha.
So. All right. So does anybody have anything else they want to show off?
I got two more.
Okay.
Since Brother Terry ain't here today, I'm going to show mine. Mine's not in quite as good a condition as his, but I got one of those little Klein work knives from Klein Tool. And the reason I own this is because Klein Tool is right here in Illinois, up in Chicago, or they used to be anyway. We got the bail on there. Mine's got a little bit of wear on it, so it's kind of got the flat look to it. But his has got more of the Ramsfoot style on his. Yeah. And then I'm going to show this one because I'd mentioned it earlier. My World War II Australian Navy Whittingslow sailor's knife with the can opener and whatnot. And then you got your Marlin spike on there. Got some real good snap to it. And then your sheep's foot blade on there is your primary. And that's another one that stays in my military collection.
Very nice.
That's all I got today.
All right. Yep. Sorry, I was just typing They had a question about Terry and Kalen, so I was just answering that real quick. All right. So, Jonathan, did you have anything else?
We got two more.
Okay.
I have a Rough Rider Stockman from the Stonework series in the Malachite. Has the Malachite in the middle and then pearl on the outside. You got your Sheepsfoot blade there. It's a really nice long Sheepsfoot blade. And then my last one is a buck. Let me look at the buck 705. It's a nice little small knife. And this one's pretty special because this was one of my grandpa's knives.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You got your little small Sheepsfoot blade on there.
That's almost a coping blade.
It is almost a coping blade.
Yeah, yeah. I think it is.
I can pull out my coping blade right here. And yeah, let's see if I can get the two in frame. Yeah, very much like a coping blade.
Yeah. Still counts, though.
Yep. They're kind of all similar in kind of the same family.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're allowing kissing cousins today.
We had to allow it. You know, it just had to happen that way.
Yeah.
We didn't have Kalen on here showing all of his 50-1 today.
Right. You know, all of his.
Kalen usually holds it down for us on the.
On an episode like today, he would have pulled out something that none of us had ever seen that was in pristine condition from 1972, and you know, and we'd be going, well, "Where do you find these things?"
Yeah.
But there you go.
Miss you, buddy.
Yeah. Did you have anything else, Harold?
I got one more. So
okay, we'll do one more from Harold, and then we'll wrap this thing up.
You were just showing a queen, so this kind of goes along with you. This is the old Shatton Morgan file and wire series, and
Yes.
it has the nice Warncliffe on here, and this is in the ATS 34 blade steel, which is I believe that is the almost the same recipe as our American 154 CM. Is that right, RJ? I believe it's about the same. Yeah, I think it's the is that the Japanese derivative of 154 CM. But
Yeah,
anyway,
I think so.
This is called worm groove bone. Looks like a worm has tunneled his way through these covers here, but that's what they call that. Pretty cool knife. Like I say, this is under the old Queen moniker, Shatton Morgan, but under the old some of the old Queen stuff. But really cool knife, big, nice hand filling knife, but nice half stops and all. Nice and pinchable. But one that's really cool to have in the collection, I think. And that's the old file and wire series Shatton Morgan worm groove.
I think worm groove is probably my favorite type of bone jigging pattern.
Yeah.
I don't own any, but it's definitely one of my favorites.
That's what it looks like up and close, like he's tunneled all through that bone there.
Yep.
So
Good stuff.
That concludes my part of the program. I am fresh out of blades, unless I show some moderns.
Well, we're good, I think.
I think we made it about to the end.
Yes, we have. We've gotten down to the end. So I want to thank all of our viewers for tuning in. Thank you guys. We appreciate you so much. It wouldn't be half as fun without you. That's for sure. And Jesse, thank you for jumping in last minute like that. We hadn't coordinated anything, but I was kind of hoping that you'd show up and that we would talk you into coming in.
Sorry, I was having the technical difficulties, but
you can't. Yeah, you can't control that, because
Yeah,
the weather's going to do what the weather does.
Yeah, and it's calmed down now, so I'm not having any issues.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what happens with wireless, right? The wind blows
Yeah.
it all away.
Yeah.
So not getting to the tower. All right. And just a reminder that Big J and Boston Kevin will be having their show here at what time is it, Jesse? At
4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it's their last one.
Their last one.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware that it was so they're not going to do it anymore. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That is
Yeah.
different. Yeah. I've been working, and so I've been missing those guys with their live show.
Yeah.
So I'll have to definitely watch it after I get back from work, because I got to take off as soon as this is done.
Very sad news.
Yeah. So you guys definitely tune in for that. That'll be missed.
They're doing a lot of giveaways on this episode.
Oh yeah. Word to the wise.
They're
Go
clearing
get your
out their whole inventory,
wow.
and this will be their last one.
Wow. Yeah, that's going to be really difficult. I always enjoyed being a guest on their show, because it's one thing to run one of these shows. You're having to do all kinds of different things. And I appreciate, Randy's WSG stepping up and doing the moderating and stuff while Tom is not here. But yeah, trying to run one of these shows, you're trying to pay attention to so many different things. It's they're not going anywhere. Yeah, exactly. They're going to have their channels.
Their channels are staying.
That's Big J's channel, I think, is where those are. Yeah, and you're welcome, Mike. Yeah, definitely. We're definitely keeping you guys in prayer, and we hope that you and Mrs. C keep on keeping on. You guys are big supporters of the community, and Mike's got his own channel. And
glad to see he made it in today too.
Yeah, me too, because it'd been a while. I was wondering about them.
I'd sent him an email a while back, because I was like, I haven't seen you in a while. He said, they were just tired from
absolutely
rigmarole of appointments and whatnot. Like, I totally get it. I just want to make sure you guys were good.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So anybody got anything else that they'd like to say before we sign off? Nope.
Congrats to Philip W. on the winning the Mustang.
Yeah. It's not every day. Not every day. Now we can say that you can win a car on RJ's Lives.
Don't see that every day.
You sure don't. Thank you for providing that, Jonathan. That was awesome. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Have a fantastic week, and we hope to see you next weekend right here at RJ's Lives, and be sure to tune into our videos of all our great channels during the week, and we will see you guys later. Take it easy.
Bye, everyone.